Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Rhea Ripley failed to regain the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas in a triple threat title match against Io Sky and Bianca Belair. On the latest episode of Monday Night Raw, the Nightmares saved Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer from the attack by Julia and Roxanne Perez. Before giving the title back to Sky, Ripley eyed the women's world title, confirming that she is still after getting her championship back. In the realms of possibility, Rhea Ripley might turn heel and form a new alliance with her work wife Kathy Kelly. Reports have circulated on the internet stating that the Stanford-based promotion is looking to utilize backstage interviewer Kelly on television, and it has been indicated that she might get into a manager role. Kathy and Rhea could do wonders together, especially as a heel duo. Ripley could challenge for the title at Backlash 2025 Premium Live event and reclaim her championship. In 2024, Mommy defended her Women's World Championship against Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 40. Before her match, the Nightmare experienced a panic attack. While speaking on the Toronto Sun, the former WWE Women's World Champion broke character while discussing the situation from last year before her WrestleMania XL matchup against Lynch. Nyan is a WWE News and features writer at Sportskeeda Wrestling. After completing his bachelor's degree in mass communication from Potter International, he began working as a YouTube script writer. Nyan then transitioned to Ping Villa as a combat sports writer. He gained valuable experience there before finally coming under the banner of Sportskeeda. Within 1.5 years, Nyan has written over 1,000 articles, interviewed MFN promotion owners, and conducted a Twitter campaign that gained over 50,000 retweets and more. He puts fact-checking and mindful journalism above everything by applying a 3-check method, where he tries to verify reports from reliable sources and cross-check whether other major publications have covered them. Looking back at his association with pro wrestling, Nyan recalls being hooked on the sport after watching Shawn Michaels vs. The Undertaker at WrestleMania 24. Since then, the product has been an inseparable part of his life. Apart from the Heartbreak Kid being Nyan's favorite wrestler for his confidence and charisma, he is also a fan of Brock Lesnar due to the Beast's work speaks louder than words attitude. WWE's Backlash has long been a pay-per-view synonymous with chaos, surprises, and career-defining moments. Yet no one could have predicted the seismic shock that unfolded this year, when Mommy herself, Rhea Ripley, found salvation and domination not through the Judgment Day, but by forging a dangerous new alliance with her real-life best friend. In the aftermath, Ripley not only regained her position atop the women's division, but also changed the power structure of WWE itself. It all started with the cracks in the Judgment Day. Over the weeks leading into Backlash, subtle but unmistakable tension brewed among the purple and black faction. Damian Priest's focus shifted toward personal ambition. JD McDonough sowed seeds of dissent, and Finn Balor seemed more concerned with tag team gold than Rhea's quest to reclaim her Women's World Championship. For the first time since forming this deadly alliance, Ripley found herself isolated, her so-called family distracted when she needed them most. Her opponent at Backlash was a familiar adversary, Becky Lynch, who had captured the title while Ripley was sidelined with an injury. The two titans had clashed before, but this time, Ripley entered the ring not just to fight for gold, but for respect. Still, the odds seemed stacked against her without Judgment Day firmly in her corner. Or so it appeared. The match began with the intensity everyone expected. Hard-hitting slams, brutal counters, and a deafening crowd split between Mommy, Chance, and Becky's diehard supporters. Ripley dominated early with her size and power, but Becky's resilience kept her alive, reversing a riptide into a disarm her that nearly sealed Ripley's fate. Just when it looked like Rhea might tap out in the center of the ring, the arena lights flickered, a familiar but unexpected glitch that WWE fans associate with impending doom. The referee was momentarily distracted by the technical hiccup, and that's when the swerve came. Storming down the ramp in a black leather jacket, heavy boots, and a snarl on her face was none other than Toni Storm, Rhea Ripley's real-life best friend and former NXT UK rival. The WWE Universe exploded in shock. Toni had been rumored to be unhappy with her status in another promotion, and whispers of her return to WWE had circulated for months. No one, however, expected her to insert herself. The crowd erupted into a frenzy of boos and cheers. Ripley staggered to her feet, title clutched in her hands, confusion and glee warring across her face. Toni Storm reappeared at the top of the ramp, arms folded, a sly grin playing across her lips. The two locked eyes, and then shared a subtle, knowing nod. In one night, the women's division had been turned upside down. The aftermath. Mommy's new dynasty. On the following Monday Night Raw, Ripley addressed the shocking events at Backlash. Flanked by Toni Storm, she stood tall, title slung arrogantly over her shoulder. "You all thought I needed Judgment Day to survive," Rhea growled into the mic. "You thought I needed them to watch my back. But you forgot who the hell I am. And now, I'm standing beside the only one I can trust, someone who's been there since day one. Welcome back, Toni Storm." Toni, ever the charismatic enigma, simply smiled and said, "Where Rhea Ripley goes, I go. We're here to rip apart this division, together." It wasn't long before the two began making waves, targeting not just Becky Lynch but other top stars like Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, and even Charlotte Flair. They named themselves Mayhem, a nod to their shared history of rebellious, punk rock attitudes toward authority. Meanwhile, the Judgment Day reacted with outrage. Damian Priest accused Ripley of betrayal, Finn Balor called her selfish, and Dominic Mysterio seemed particularly heartbroken by her abandonment. Rhea, however, made it clear Judgment Day had abandoned her first. Their feud with Judgment Day only escalated, leading to intergender matches and chaotic brawls that blurred faction lines across Raw and SmackDown. WWE officials, seeing dollar signs in the mayhem, leaned into it, making Mayhem vs. Judgment Day the centerpiece storyline through the summer. Creative possibilities. Future of the women's division. The possibilities stemming from Ripley and Storm's new alliance are endless. 1. Tag team dominance. While Rhea holds the Women's World Championship, Toni could pursue the WWE Women's Tag Team titles, or even target a secondary singles title if one were introduced. Their mutual success would mirror the Bloodline's historic domination, but on the women's side. 2. Civil War in Judgment Day. Ripley's betrayal could spark a full-blown civil war within the Judgment Day. If Dominic tries to side with Rhea, it could lead to a shocking babyface turn, or a new Judgment Day Light faction trying to oppose Ripley's mayhem. 3. Champion versus champion feud. As their dominance grows, a jealous streak could form between Rhea and Toni. Seeds of mistrust could eventually be sown, culminating in a blockbuster title unification match at a major event like SummerSlam or WrestleMania. 4. Toni's redemption arc. Storm, feeling like she's living in Rhea's shadow, could eventually turn face again, challenging Rhea in a brutal, personal feud that draws on their real-life friendship and rivalry. In one masterstroke at Backlash, Rhea Ripley reasserted herself as the apex predator of WWE's women's division. No longer bound by Judgment Day politics, she found loyalty and lethal ambition in the one person who understood her struggle better than anyone, Toni Storm. Together, mayhem was unleashed, and the WWE Universe would never be the same again. Would you also like me to draft a fantasy promo between Rhea and Toni right after the Backlash swerve? It could be fun.